Excuse me. Okay, let's get started. So we're gonna continue where we left off with building our exporter into Unity. So we have our characters here. I believe we left off on making some scripts for once it is imported. And I think what we'll do is we'll add a condition for the importer that if avatar is in the name, to set it to a humanoid skeleton. Excuse me. All right, so they're looking good. I like all the variation. Soon we'll have a lot more. Now this is quite good. Okay. No, for this guy. one just called hair. Just as he does have. Ah, interesting. Okay. Just matching with some random hair. Something's really wrong there. Hmm. Oh, I must have changed this one. Okay, yeah, I just changed the other one. It's like, that should have worked. Cool. So one aspect of this is that they all have this same hair color, which we don't particularly care for. So what we'll do, even though we just set all that up, is we'll make some color variations. So we have hair 01, we'll do underscore white. We'll duplicate, and we can do some other colors. We'll do blonde. And we'll drop that on these ones, I guess. And what we do, we can just turn on color adjust. Give it a light tint. Like so. Then change the hue. Strange looking. Color grading. That would actually be the best option. But I just don't know how to make a gradient. You can see we can change the whole look and feel of this quite easily. Doesn't look that good. Just feels odd. I just sent them an email. back, everyone. Hello, hello. So that blonde hair looks very unnatural. But it will be a simple way to make some variations. Hello, Rashad. I say go with the beige light orange to get a good blonde color. See that working? As you did going, Rashad. Still odd. It looks fluorescent. All right, working a few character renders myself. Exciting. That's awesome. Alright, we need to re-export all of our characters because they are missing one thing. Which is a triangulate. Should be able to add a modifier. Yeah. Alright, that should be all of them. Now we just need to re-export them. This will take a moment, but this should fix the eyebrows on the character. So right now, Rashad, we've been spending today building up an exporter for our characters. You hear that? It's just It gets louder when I start talking. Wait, I'm losing my mind. Watch, once I start talking, it's gonna go again. Sorry, I was trying to talk about a dog that's pissing me off. But we're making an importer exporter from Blender to Unity, making good progress on it. The exporter sends out the collections individually. Exactly. But I had to make a custom script because you can make collections have automatic exports, but this one will work with AutoRig So I had to make a custom solution, which took some time. And then on the Unity side of things, I'm trying to make it so it'll automatically set certain things up and just work really quick. But it does take a while to export. I guess the triangulate's taking a lot longer. I forgot that it would. Should have fixed my eyebrows. His mouth's open a little bit. should be closed like these ones. Okay, let's add that to my list of stuff to fix. So Daro, finish face texturing, and also need to close. And then the eyebrow, check shape, because the eyebrows should mark a little. Okay. Like Julian doesn't have, is not rigged. Also, T poses for. Hello, Kabar. Welcome. We're building up a little cast of characters. We're just doing some final tweaks to them right now. He's in a T-pose here. We're on frame 0. Loading. Okay. Now he's in a T-pose? They should all be in T-poses. They all are. But they're not here. I guess I'll have to export one more time. Which is going to take quite a while. They look good. Thank you, Kabar. Thank you. But if I do have to re-export, let's make sure I've finished all my other tweaks. Actually, why don't we put the triangulate on him right now? Might as well. right. So we fixed the outward pose. We just need to fix this texture, and we can do that later. And Julian is now rigged, but he should have shape keys here. Yes, he does. Save. All right. He does have weights. He's on an armature. It is the hair. Just waiting to load. Go. Mm. Okay. Now they're all in T-pose. They all have the triangulate modifier. However, I don't need to re-export all of them. I just need to re-export Julian and Dara. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Mm. There we go. Seems like it's still exported 3, but actually that makes sense. Yeah. Interesting. Ah, I see. And you work with the same motivation every day. I haven't even opened the 3D programs for a year. Well, it certainly comes and goes. I think that and thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kabar. I think that it's really easy to want to be at the end of the work. But if you just fall in love with like the grind, or maybe even like you just make the stakes manageable, right? You're like, if I open it up today and I do some work, that's a win. Doesn't have to be anything else, you know. Especially like as an artist, a lot of times you really want to make this really impactful thing or something that's super exciting. But I don't know if you can really be in it for kind of the end result. You have to be in it for the enjoyment of just doing it. And then that'll really just kind of take you anywhere. Also, I don't think I can do anything. I've just, if I was, when I worked other jobs, this was my free time. Most of the time was just doing this. And I just, I like being in a position where I'm making something, even if I'm not the best at it. I know that if I just put in a little time, I'll get better at it. But I'm rooting for you. I'll tell you that much, Kabar. If it's something you want to do, I think you can do it. Let's see if this works. Save and export one more time. Absolutely. Absolutely, Kabar. Hello, Arctic. Welcome. We're just waiting on this export right now. You are inspiring me? Well, I want your workflow. Good. Good. Well, hopefully it starts moving soon. Looks like it fixed it. But it should have assigned the materials. I feel you. I get that a lot in fight to get motivated. Just take a step at a time. Sometimes you get burnt. Burst of inspiration, you just get excited working on something. I don't know why it would have lost the reference. Oh. Oh, cancel. Hey, I just realized I'm not working on the right file. No wonder there's no change. It is literally the wrong script. Be here, then the batch export. That's what I'm looking for. Listen to your advice, even if it's difficult for me at the beginning. One thing that I wish I'd done a little bit more of was sharing my work with people that aren't other artists. I think the instinct as an artist is you want to impress other artists, but I find that most, like, just normal people, like your family members or friends at school, friends at work, and stuff like that, they're probably gonna enjoy your work more than just people online will. You know, people know you and they have a connection with you. They're probably going to be excited for you. A lot of times, the artist instinct is to like work away from everyone, keep it isolated, and you're really only showing people you think have the same interests as you. But I think there's a lot of affirmation to be found by sharing it with people you know personally. Let's just see what this does. We'll say apply, set file, refresh our script, and we'll just do Julian for now. I was surprised I'm actually managed to get anything done today. Not slept properly since the weekend, feeling like mush, but at least I'm creative mush, I guess. Well, you know, sometimes being tired really does put you in like a flow state. We're just going to export Julian. And right now, loading. Right now, Julian is not in the scene. and he has no materials. So what we'll do is give him his materials. And then the hope is when we update him right now, he still has his materials. So we'll save that. And run this script one more time. Well, we'll reload it first, and then we'll run it. And now we're just seeing what happens. Nope, still made a duplicate. As far as I can tell, I don't have to tell it to overwrite. Gotcha. The issue is actually with the naming conventions. So when it tries to save, it changes the name, and when it sets the name, it gives it the... Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so we need to strip the iteration number of any duplicates when exporting, especially for the main. Need to strip the iteration number off any. Don't think this will work, but we're going to give it a shot. And it's still freaking added a suffix. One more time. There we go. Exported. Boom. Save. Ooh, this time it did update. Thank goodness. It looks like it did get the names working. All right, let's go back to our other project. Okay. Did that. And we can see if it works if we reload Garo. Garo villager clothing, we'll re-import. That's okay. Look at them eyebrows. All right. So close. Okay, so now we've got all of our avatars set up. There's still a little bit of manual work, but I've cut out a lot of it, especially just like organizing things, making sure they're named properly. The naming convention's super important because Unity's animations want to look for objects with specific names, obviously. So I should now be able to share a lot of the animations I have between all the villagers. So it should basically just give them one animator instead of having a custom animator per avatar, which would be a lot of work. So all right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm back. Excuse me. Okay, so we'd like to create some animations. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Animations. So this will be, well, I could use VRC Fury. That'd make it real simple. I think we'll make it for one with oops. Okay, you know what? The VR chat avatar stuff, that's a little simpler. There is a bigger one to tackle right now, which is going from the VR chat version to the VTuber version. So wonder if we could sync folders between Unity projects. I guess that's what a package is. That's the Unity package version. They used to have a collaborate service, but I guess that's gone. Okay, so the other version of Unity, the VC Face, we're using 2019.4.31 F1. While Rudo uses 2021.3, they're a little bit closer. But again, I'd still have to sync the files. Whoops. Guess we're opening that now. Didn't really want to open it. This GitHub would work the best. Because then I have a backup of all my stuff. Hmm. Let me check some really quick. Okay. Some sort of way to bridge these files. Cloud. That. Unity, collaborate, alternatives. Just the bot.
Stop sending unnecessary garbage in your project files while if I remove, but after removing some files, it's just 400 build folder if you have. That's useful. Check out this video about Unity source control to keep again a lot of space.
Okay, Git seems the easiest for sure. So what I'd want to do is go here into VRForge. And let's tell ChatGPT to walk me through it. I am creating a Git repo in order to share files between two different Unity projects. Walk me through this. Asset bundle. That's not what I want. Okay, good. Okay, so create a new Git repo. And we'll do it. All right, I'm back. Okay, so very special love in my heart for people that have asked the same questions I have, got no answers, but when they found it, went back and replied to their own topics with a solution. It's definitely appreciated. You get big internet points for that one. Git init. Initial commit for VRM file. That's it. Being added to commit, but untracked files present. So that means I did do it. How do I get my repo? Oh, that's too much work. This is too much work. Okay. I guess I can just do VRMs. It's too slow. I have to do something to speed up this process because it was going to drive me fucking insane if I try to do this by scratch every single time. Um, it just doesn't work in here. Hmm. So if I take this, we have the Uni VRM version right here. What does that look like? If I take no animator. All right. Ooh. I can have it make the VRMs automatically, which isn't terrible. But, well, no, it is terrible, because then we're missing all the nice materials, fizz bones, dynamic bones, that kind of thing. We also want to export it as Warudo. I need to reach out to Ariso. Okay. One big thing down. Still so much more to do. So. I guess we'll work on the animations in the meantime. So for all of these characters, I'll put our clips right here. I think what we'll do, I would just love to copy and paste a toggle layer. Gesture. Unity, animator, quick play. Okay, well, let's just copy that. So we'll add to one of these characters a toggle. And we'll toggle the pants. Say pants. And then we'll hide these. Add the emulator. Enter play mode. This version that's been created. Doesn't say that there's any animator on it. Of course. Gonna use direct blend tree. Excuse me. mean, I might as well just use the toggles. Yeah. Yeah, we can just make a prefab and drop it in there. So we'll call this VRC Fury, Villager, Outfit, that. And then we'll just add all the toggles to it. And what we'll do at the start because we would have to use clips. Can't assign each one manually for now. So we'll just do this pants. It's going to be a little annoying to do it this way. So pants. Shoes. Tunic. Or should I just do the outfit as a whole? That would be the simplest. Let's do that for now. Okay, let's just actually just make an animation clip. This testing layer, put it on the character, take the clip. We'll call Gilly outfit. Villager outfit. Sable. Then what it'll do, take these three objects, turn them off. That's it. Okay. That's a clip, and we can remove this from the animator. And on here, we can do toggle, add action, animation clip, villager. Oh. And this will be disable clothing. And then what it'll do as well is take the body animate it. All right. Cool. And we'll just have that so that's disabled from the get-go. Just have to do this to every other material. Time for food. Have a nice rest of your day. Sounds good, Arctic. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your food. Catch you later. Bye. And I suppose this is why I wanted to make sure everything was named body. Now this animation won't work. So we do need to go back, rename Nora and Gilly to just body. Okay, now we're gonna only export Gilly and Nora. We should now have their main body source named body and not else. Perfect. Powerful. Okay. So Nora and Gilly should be the only ones exported right now. Oh, jeez. And we're just waiting for it to reload. Joe wants to play racquetball Sunday. So 3 to 5. Probably join. As long as my neck's feeling good. Okay, beautiful. So now the animation, we'll delete this, hit record, go to body, and adjust that clip. Boom. And we are in a good spot because now this animation is universal. We can share this prefab that we're making right here. Villager outfit, which is disable clothing for the toggle. This will just be good to go. It will work. That's fine. That's fine. And this we will go ahead and make a little prefab right here. Animation. Maybe not animation, but create a folder for VRC Fury. And just say prefabs. And then we'll drop in the villager outfit. Boom. Okay. And that means for any one that says villager clothing or villager outfit, we can drop this into. Hello, Namers. Welcome. How's it going? We're working on getting our characters set up here. Testing. Good. Been spending all day working on an exporter that takes all my collections here and then automatically exports versions into Unity. And then on the Unity side of things, it should be automatically applying materials and things like that. It looks like all their jaws are opened. They're singing. It's a choir. Yeah. Perfect. And the animations are shared between them. So now we're good to go. It's just working. Working and twerking. Should have one more tunic version of Darrow. If I go here, materials, on demand, say search. Search and remap. Interesting. Oh, that's Gilly. Search and remap, apply, boom. And we just need to swap that hair for the correct one. Oh. Excuse me. Now, really, the only difference between these two is that there's a jacket here. So maybe we will just add just that one single clip. So I'll take my animator, drop it on the tunic one, and hit record and disable the jacket as well. And that way it would work for both of them. Yeah. Boom. Wow. Obviously, the only one it's not going to work for is our werewolf, because he doesn't have any clothes, turns out. He's got his arms up still. They've all got their jaw open, which is mildly terrifying. Alright, so let's just fix Daro there real quick. Oh, he's just missing a avatar descriptor. They scream in the surroundings of Unity. In the gray void. There we go. Now they're all moving. Gorgeous, beautiful stuff. And if we go here, they all should have toggle for the clothing. Beautiful. What I need to do now is ensure that on the humanoid, we remove the jaw from all of them. It'd be a lot easier if we could just share a single definition. So I'm just going to remove the jawbone. Hit apply. Done. And then should be able to take the rest of these, minus the werewolf, and we'll say copy from avatar, and we're going to take Daro. And that way I only have to adjust one of them, and they're all going to inherit my values, hopefully. Green rig. Copied avatar rig configuration mismatch. Bone length and copy configuration does not match. Position. Animation file. Let's just see what happens. Interesting. So now only this one works, and the rest are broken. Funny. Okay, so I guess that won't work. So I'll switch it back to create from this model. And then just pop it out. Cool. It's nice to have a little cast. Oh. So we got an animation for clothing toggles. A major one to add would, of course, be Jerry's face tracking. Okay. So now they all face tracking, clothing toggles. They're all moving. Can I test? Will this test them all at once? Cool. Like I can't adjust things on the fly to do it on a per. The gestures will want to change as well. So default VRChat gestures are just hot garbage. We don't have any sort of vice seams right now. Oh, they have a blink rate now. Do they? Does he have the testing one on him? No. And on blink, we select body. We go to skin mesh render. We go to blend shapes. We go to eye, blink, left, and right. We just close both of those. Okay. And in here, in prefab, we'll add the component toggle, toggle, all this blink. Stay between worlds, animate exclusive tags, exclusive offstate, that's all fine. This one we want to say is, what is it? Options. I swear there is a blink one. Maybe it's smooth loop builder. Turn animation smoothly looping. Maybe, oh, oops. Maybe it is a own thing. Blink. Blink. Blinking state. Animation clip. Villager blink. Cool. Save. Back. Okay, so now they should all be blinking as well. Very cool. You know, actually, I'm going to rename this to Avatar Blink. And I'm actually going to put it into my shared assets. Because it makes sense. Great. And we'll put that in. Because we're definitely going to be reusing that for other stuff. Like our werewolf. And in fact, if we go to our werewolf, we will create VRC Fury werewolf. And we'll add that component blink controller and add that action. I blink. And then we'll prefab this here. Okay. All right. Things are coming together. Let's just test. Alright, werewolf's kind of in an odd pose. But I think they're all blinking now. Yep. Cool. Alright, let's look at the werewolf's pose. So he comes in like this, but apparently for Unity, that ain't good enough. So it does this. Just really annoying. Let's grab the head. Take that down. Right about there. So done. Apply. Apply again. Loading. Better-ish. Cool. I would say good enough. Okay. Now for our werewolf, we VRC Biz Bones. We'll create Bizbone tail. Excuse me. And then ear L. We need to make sure we're grabbing the ear from the werewolf head. All right. It's on our tail. Give it a little bit of gravity. Huh. Interesting. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna stop in just a second, make my summary video for the day, and then we'll call it there. Bam. Alright, so the tail should... Okay, there, it's getting gravity now. I don't know why it wasn't before. 0.1 looks pretty good. Do something like this, usually it looks a little bit better. Maybe not for the tail. A little too slow. That feels pretty good. Copy component. Paste component values. And then the limits will turn on angle, set it to 90. That should at least just prevent it from turning all the way around. Maybe 60. And then collision radius 0.2. Do a one of those. Maybe not quite so intense. That's good. And then stretch. Sure. Looks good. Let's do our ears. Bam, boom. Bam, boom. Honestly, those ears look pretty good. Let's leave them there. Do something like that, and I think we're good to go. All right, let's make our summary video for today, and then we're gonna call it. It's been a long day. All right, and I still need to make my thumbnail too, so it's a good point to start wrapping things up. Hello everyone, it is March 18th, 2025, and we're going to go over the progress we've made for today and yesterday. I didn't do a summary video yesterday because the system I'm about to describe was still a work in progress. So basically, we have a scene here with all of our characters. So this is, I'm calling it the Forest Village. I actually, in the Unity project, I ended up calling this Cursed Village, and that's like the setting. The characters, the monster, and hopefully eventually environments and stuff, they'll probably all be in this umbrella of like a name or setting. Anyway, so these are all the characters here. Now for each of these characters, so for example, we're looking at Nora here. This is this source right here, this character, so all these files here point to her original file. So this file that we're looking at right now is just inheriting changes. So if I need to go back and make changes to her eyes or face or fix some weight painting or the mesh is broken in some way, I go back to her file, make those changes, and then when I come back here, this is where we're actually exporting. And the very cool part about what I've done here is I've made this script here. And what it does is it looks for the color of collections. So for a yellow collection, we're calling that like a export target. So for each yellow collection, it's going to make an export. So in this case, there's 5 yellow ones, so there's at least 5 exports. And then within that, when it finally looks at the yellow collection, it enables the green collections. Because I don't really need all of them. This one doesn't even need to be visible, but it's there when I inherit it. So I just have some control on what turns on, what doesn't. And then additionally, we have a blue folder, blue collection. And what that does is for each of the collections within the blue folder, it does an additional export with just that one enabled. So for example, we have our character here. So we'd export with this outfit, one version with this outfit, and another version with this outfit. Now, what's super nice is that it will take the names of these additional collections and add them onto it. So the actual exported version will be Nora Avatar Villager Clothing or Nora Avatar Villager Tunic. And so now I have these 2 versions and I know exactly where they're going to end up when I export them. They're going to look for those names, replace them, or overwrite those files. That's where it's going to save to. Additionally, we've also set up some logic both in Blender and Unity to take off these numerical additions at the end, these suffixes. So we have them right here. See outfits 0.001. And a lot of these have these additional numbers on them. And unfortunately, that's just kind of an artifact of working in Blender. Basically, you can't have an object with the same name. So for example, each of these characters has an outfits collection, but since there's already a name, the name outfits, it starts iterating by adding numbers on the end. But now when I export, it strips those numbers out of it completely. And then everything is just named kind of as it should be, as you would expect. And there's no worry about these duplications. Additionally, when I run the script, it exports everything. If I don't want something to export, I can just disable the render icon here on the end. So if it's a yellow collection, but it's disabled in the render, it won't export. So I can get a little more granular, and I feel like I've given myself a lot of good options there. The naming stuff, the overriding the saves, all of that took quite a while to really work out. But now it's super nice because I have this one file where I can verify the look of my character, make sure they're all the same, and I'm kind of viewing the project as a whole, which I really like. I like that a lot. Okay, so once we export from Blender, I'm not going to do it now because it does take quite a while. It takes about 2 minutes per export if I have them all enabled. But we end up in Unity. And so you can see these are our Unity versions of the characters. And we have a different outfit for each of them. The mesh is the same for a few of them, but I've made sure to make a unique texture for all of them. And of course, this is interchangeable. We can add more outfits, more textures, yada, yada, yada. But it's mostly just testing out the workflow. Okay, so I've talked a lot about where of exporting them, but this is really the end result right here, this big old chunk of meshes. So we have one for each version of the character. So there's the 2 Daros, the tunic one and the clothing one. And then Gilly has just one variant, Julian. There's 2 Noras. And again, we could go back and like for the hair, for example, I could make additional hair outfits or hair variations. And then my hope is that, so if I have 2 outfits and 2 2 types of hair, then I would get 4 versions of this character exported because it's going to fill out that possible space of combinations. And, you know, eventually that could also include the texture, the actual material, as you'll notice here. We have 2 different outfits here, but I could also, this blue and white one and this yellow and red one, those are the same mesh. So technically at any point I can go here and swap to my outfit material like this. Boom, boom. And there's a bunch of different pieces there, but you get the picture. Now, all super, super useful, but there's another set of utility here, which is awesome, which, so I was very specific on how I named all my objects, and setting up that scripting to strip out the suffix is very important because, well, if we look at one character, so for example, right here, they have a body, jacket, pants, shoes, and then we would expect any other character with the tunic to have the same layout: body, jacket, pants, shoes, etc. And so what this allows us to do is share animation data. If in Unity and most programs in animation, it's looking for a specific object with a specific name in a specific spot. So the animation starts at the top, and then it goes down one, it looks for a child object named body, and it tries to animate the properties, the right properties on it. And so this is super cool because this little object here, the face, oh, sorry, that's the face tracking. This one right here, this is the animation logic. And what's super cool about it is that it's modular. So by putting it in here, having everything named the same, I can make changes to this particular object. You notice everything's grayed out. It's because of this thing called a prefab. And if I make changes to this one, it makes the same changes to all the other ones I have in all the other characters. And so this contains information on how to toggle the clothing. So we have one animation toggle, which is turning the clothing on and off, and then a blink controller, which gives just a random blinking expression. And so there's a little bit more I want to do to just make some like kind of generic expressions: happy, sad, angry, confused, that kind of thing. It's general expressions, and when I want to add it, because they all have the same shape keys on the same object with the same name, I can just add those animations here, and it's going to propagate to all the characters as long as it has this prefab in there. And of course, that everything's named properly. There's a little bit more I'd like to figure out. Right now, the materials are easy to set up. So when I bring in a character, there's still a bit of manual. I still have to tell it it's a humanoid character, and then I have to tell it to search for within my project for materials with the same name. Which isn't too bad, but I feel like it could be. I would want that to be automated eventually, but I can't spend too much time stuck in coding for now. So right now I'm working around that, but eventually I'd love to bridge that gap. And that's about it. So let me go ahead and hit play here, and you can kind of get a feel for all the different things I've been talking about. It's right here. Scooch this over, hit play. But these are the VR chat versions we're looking at right now, are very close to finished. We're probably be done with the VR chat versions of all these characters tomorrow. And I'm reaching out to a friend of mine, member of the chat here, who is very experienced creating VTubers from the VR chat versions And we're going to discuss hopefully making some sort of automated process for that, because that would be nice. That'd be super nice. Yeah, there we go. Bah, 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 bah. So you can see, as soon as it loads, they're all animated. Or rigged, at least, so they'll move and pose themselves. One thing I've set up that's a little bit hard to see because it's supposed to be invisible is that when the clothing is on, the interior body is literally disabled. So there is no way for the body to poke through. On previous versions, you may have noticed like toes and stuff poking through on the shoes. That no longer happens. Or I should say, I was planning on using this method to hide the body. But if we click on the character, right here, we go to expressions, disable clothing, we can disable the clothing. And then of course we also have, I don't have my face tracking hook, or you can't really hook it up to the Unity editor right now, but face tracking is also like iPhone or Quest Pro or any sort of facial tracking you want to use with VR, that's ready to go on all these characters. Oops. Yeah. I want to show off a little more, but I think we'll call it there. I have a lot more I'll show off tomorrow. I'm going to get the VR chat versions packaged up today, or tomorrow, and get a good head start on making the automation for the VTuber creation tomorrow. That will be a little difficult. The biggest hurdle is that the version of Unity I'm working in right now is for VR chat, and it is not the same version of Unity that the VTuber creating add-ons use, which is silly. So anyway, I'm going to call it here. Thank you for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, let's do a little thumbnail really quick. I'm just going to doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll do a big old screenshot like this. And call this screen grab 02. And then we can save and close Unity. Let's go to Blender, turn on all our collections. Uh-oh. Oh, it's fine. Okay. We just need to make sure body source is on. And of course, outfits as well. And we'll do something like this. And then we'll screenshot it. Screen grab 03. Awesome. Save here. Open up. Log thumbnail. And then we'll go to a new layout. Oh, we'll go to 20 first, which is nothing. Okay, so we'll make this one 21. And we'll add in our camera. We'll take a plane. That. Call this 21 screenshots. Okay, we'll go to shading. Screenshots. Take this. Position. Image texture. Mix. Do 2 image textures. And then we'll open up those screen grabs. Something like that. And then we'll take this, add a gradient texture. And we're going to rotate it on the Y. Move it up. Not super helpful. Let's make a camera. Now, let's just do object. I'll make in our scene an empty 21 gradient. Perfect. And we'll sample that one. Now I should be able to move this around. Get a better idea of how this is going to blend together. Okay. confusing. Okay, this is too much. I'd rather have it be the other screenshot. Boom. And yeah, we'll leave it like that. I'm gonna be a little lazy. Okay. Eh. All right, we're gonna keep it there. I can't really spend much more time on that. Maybe once we get some cool templates for screenshot or YouTube thumbnails. But for now, we're gonna call it right there. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Namers, Arctic, Snardom, Kabar, Rashad, anyone else that is lurking, hanging out. Thank you all for spending your day with me, spending some time with me. I do hope you have a great rest of your evening. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be halfway through the week and we'll be super close to getting things wrapped up. I'm really excited. This will be the kind of the fun part, taking all the work and just promoting it, making fun screenshots of it. It'll be nice. I'm excited. I hope to see you tomorrow and definitely enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.